We could be in for a free-to-play free-for-all with all these great titles on the way, and all you need to do is take a look at them. On July 2nd, players will get to take on a whole new generation of Space Invaders in the First Descendant. This slick third-person shooter lets you kit out your chosen Descendant with all sorts of snazzy gear. We're talking flamethrowers, grappling hooks, all the way down to miniguns, throwing knives, and I don't know, a nice little pair of bunny ears. Because, as far as I'm aware, you can be both a ferocious warrior and a total cutie pie. You do you. It's a looter shooter as well, so you'll be constantly finding new toys to play with. And with the option to buddy up online with 3 other players, the destructive possibilities here are extremely appetizing. So, have you been mulling over your loadout already? Hit the comments to tell us all about what sort of Descendant you're planning to be. Okay, for the serious gamers, you've probably been to plenty of cyberpunk cities and taken part in your fair share of battle royales. I know I sure have. But I reckon you've still never seen anything quite like Off the Grid. This massive multiplayer game drops 150 players into a dystopian city of tomorrow and leaves them to duke it out. The game was envisioned by District 9 director and master of weird sci-fi weaponry, Neil Blomkamp, shout out Neil, so you can expect to find all sorts of fun ways to obliterate your foes here. Sadly, as far as I'm aware, no prawns confirmed. But it's not just a souped up futuristic murder fest, even though that does sound brilliant, because Off the Grid will also feature a 60-hour-long narrative campaign when it launches later this year. Earth's mightiest heroes are being called into action once again in Marvel Rivals, along with some of their slightly lesser known mighty ones and a few nasty supervillains for good measure too. Assemble your 6-player squad and get ready for some action in this team-based shooter. The roster is packed with iconic characters like your Black Panthers, your Spider-Mans, as well as some slightly deeper cuts like Lunar Snow and Magic. But the really exciting part here is the way these characters can combine their magic if you want to work together. So you're going to take Hulk's gamma radiation and you can supercharge Iron Man's suit while Rocket Raccoon can hitch a ride on his old pal Groot's back. Oh, imagine the scene. The environments are also highly destructible and gosh darn does it look like we're going to be having a good time, absolutely wrecking them. And that Boy Scout Captain America isn't even here to make us feel all bad about it, whatever. We don't have a full release date yet for Marvel Rivals, but there will be a closed beta coming in July we're aware about, and you can sign up for it right now by heading to the game's Discord. Now, this one's already a smash hit in South Korea if you haven't heard of it yet. It's called Throne and Liberty, and it has a Western beta early this year with a full game expected to follow on the 17th of September. And honestly, it cannot come soon enough because it's all going down in this multi-platform MMO. It takes place in a vast fantasy kingdom where players can battle each other, team up to take on ginormous monsters together, or, do a bit of both. Just travelling through the world of Throne and Liberty looks like an absolute blast too as well, since you can transform into all sorts of different animals to get around quicker, and also because being an eagle is hella cool. EA Sports FC might be the undisputed king of football games, but these dynasties don't last forever. I don't know, unless you're Real Madrid, I guess. Either way, there will be a new title challenger later this year when UFL takes to the pitch. The goal here is to create your own club from the ground up and slowly build it into a world beater. There's no pay to win here either, so you're going to have to rely purely on your footballing skills and the odd bit of dumb luck to take you to the very top. With a ton of licensed players and clubs already on board, UFL definitely looks like one for footy fans, and you guys need to keep an eye on it. Right, Path of Exile 2 boasts a 6-act campaign that features 600 monsters for players to slay, as well as 100 bosses, each with their own unique mechanics for you to attempt to figure out. You're going to be picking from 36 different classes with a robust new skill system to help you fine-tune your build. And when you're finally through with the main campaign, you'll find a meaty new endgame waiting for you, complete with 100 new endgame maps, each with its own boss fights and modifiers as well. Christ, we're going to be busy. Basically, if you liked the first game, you can prepare to absolutely fall in love with Path of Exile 2 with early access apparently coming in 2024, so stay tuned. Finally, VALORANT is on its way to Xbox consoles with a limited beta already underway. This 5v5 tactical team shooter is already a massive hit on PC, drawing in millions of players each and every day. Console gamers will soon be getting in on the fun as well, and they're even getting a specifically designed focus mode which helps gamepad users to hip fire with the same reckless abandon as the mouse-wielding crowd. Valorant also pairs absolutely beautifully with a Game Pass subscription, getting members access to every single one of the game's agents, as well as day one access to any that are added in the future. You're welcome! So make sure you follow us and hit the bell to hear all the latest news about these exciting free-to-play titles and any more that drop along the way. And we're also going to tell you about the exciting paid ones as well. Don't you worry about that. Bye-bye!